G'day ladies and gents, and welcome to War Thunder with Mags, and welcome to the patch 1.49.10 test server, the first release of the test server. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new aircraft that are available in this variation of the patch. And the first thing I would like to say is there's not as many new aircraft as you would expect. There's a lot of copy-paste aircraft in this patch, but it's worth taking a look at them anyway. Now this video will be done in two parts. We'll be looking at the aircraft today, and a video released later on today will be covering the ground forces. So let's get into looking at the aircraft that really everyone's interested in, the Skyraider. So, the AD2 Skyraider, Era 4 battle rating 6.7. This battle rating makes the Skyraider one of the highest BR piston propeller driven aircraft in War Thunder and the highest BR dedicated ground attacker in the game. 220,000 RP to unlock, and it comes in line after the PBJ-1J, 610,000 silver lions to buy, 170,000 to train, and it will cost you a maximum of 21,670 silver lions to repair. Its top listed speed is 535 km an hour at 19,000 feet, listed turn time is 20 seconds with a rate of climb of 3,131 feet per minute, and it's armed with two 20mm AN M3 cannons with 400 rounds of ammo, so 200 per gun. Now many pilots will be likely disappointed that the Skyraider does not come with any ordnance as stock. All loadouts need to be unlocked. However, the Skyraider does have a vast array of loadouts available to it once you have spent time with her, with loadouts including two 298mm rockets, 12 127mm rockouts, and bombs ranging from 500 pounds to 2,000 pounds, and a 2,215 pound torpedo. She packs a heavy punch, but will need some work to have all options available. The Skyraider's flight model also seems to be relatively complete. In the time that I had with her, test flying her around, she flew like I would expect her to. She felt very heavy. She was most certainly capable of the 20-second turn time that was listed to her, even faster than that if you were to put her on the right angles. But she's not exactly the most manoeuvrable beast in the sky. At 6.7 she's going to be fighting a lot of jets. This may be a problem. She may find herself as easy prey. The rate of climb being particularly low I don't think is too much of an issue, and remember that rate of climb will be lower once she's got a full ordnance load on. I think this is going to be a plane that you're going to put on the deck and keep there for as long as possible, and hopefully don't get spotted. Next up we have the P51 Mustang. Now I won't be spending a lot of time on this one as she's not the P51B that I first assumed she was upon seeing her in the tech tree, but is in fact a reskin of the British Premium Mark 1A. She carries the same 20mm Hispanos, the same ammo loadout and stats. The only difference is her battle rating. At 3.7, her battle rating is slightly lower than the British Premium's 4.0. She comes after the P38G in the tech tree and will only hit you for 18,000 RP to unlock, so she should be a fast to get your hands on. Next in line is the P51 D10. This one is a new premium for the US tree, and again it's a reskin of an existing aircraft, the P51 D20NA. Battle rank 5, same stats, same guns, same ammo count. It's worth noting however that this one is an ace plane. Ray Shui Wetmore, for which the plane is named, was the leading US Army air ace of World War II, and this plane bears the marks of his personal P51D, Daddy's Girl. Well, there is one difference between this one and the P51Ds already in game. Wetmore's P51 has an extensive ground attack selection, ranging from rockets to bombs and combos of the two. While I'm unsure why you would want a ground attack in a P51, if you did want to, this would be the version to do it in. Next up we have another US premium, Bostwick's P47M, the first M-series Thunderbolt in the game, and of course it's a premium. Era 4 battle rating 5.7, 700 km an hour, 20 seconds on the turn with a rate of climb of 3,131 feet per minute. Flying this one out, I didn't notice a lot of immediate difference between it and the standard P47D, so it's quite possible it's just using a placeholder flight model at the moment. I did love the camo however. Pilots in War Thunder have been trying to get camos like this one on their planes with decals for years, and here's one that comes out of the box. It's already bright and outrageous. Again, it's worth noting, premium and ace plane. The one thing that I did forget to check on this particular aircraft, however, was its loadouts. I'm assuming it carries the same ground attack loadouts that are available to the standard P47s in tree, however, that may not be the case. In stock format, however, no ordnance. So, that's all for the US tree for this version of the server, so let's take a look at the Russians. Now first up is one that will be quite popular with Russian pilots. It's the IL-2-37. Now if the name was not enough of a giveaway, check the weapons. Two 37mm NS-37 cannons with 100 rounds of ammo and two 7.62mm Shikers machine guns with... well, who really cares how much ammo they have? The 37mm are twin linked, so they fire together. 50 trigger pulls is all you get for your 100 ammo. Era 3 with a battle rating of 3.3. Top speed is only 385 km an hour with a turn time of 40 seconds. Now, unlike the other IL-2 stat cards, this one you can believe. Flying it out, it was easily the slowest and least manoeuvrable IL-2 I have ever used in War Thunder. It was like ground attacking in a 747. Energy retention at high angles was terrible. As a ground attacker against 3.3 tanks, I can see it as a monster, but I don't expect this one to be the air superiority fighter that the other IL-2s have been. It's also worth noting that the trade-off for those two cannons is it has no ordnance of any kind, no rockets, no bombs, nothing. Sitting directly under the new 37mm IL-2 in the tech tree is the IL-2M 1943. Now this one I wasn't able to fly out due to the 37 getting in the way of the test flight. It does, however, look far more like a generic IL-2, something that we've already seen in game. Comparable stats and comparable loadouts. Nothing overly interesting here, I'm afraid. So that was all that was available in the in-tree aircraft. However, we have two new Russian premiums to go. Now I'm going to do my best not to butcher this. Golovachev's Yak9 EM. Now it's an Era 3 battle rating 3 fighter. 577 km an hour with a 19-second turn time and a 3,150 feet per minute rate of climb. Armaments are a single 20mm Shvat cannon with 120 shells, and a single 12.7mm Berezin UB machine gun with 200 rounds of ammo. The flight model in this one was actually quite interesting. It felt much heavier than the other Yak models and far more like what you would expect from a fighter. It was highly manoeuvrable with great energy retention and acceleration, but it lacks the unnatural feeling of flying aircraft like the 9T. I'm not sure about it at battle rating 3, but I'll hold off on judgment until I've seen this one in combat. The limited ammo load may be an issue for some pilots, however. And last up for this quick look at patch 1.49's new aircraft is Dolgoshin's LA7. This one is again a copy-paste of the standard LA7 already in the tech tree. Era 4 at 4.7 BR, it's just a premium LA7. The trend this patch for Gaijin seems to be, rather than just adding more cross-nation premium aircraft and further ruining the distinct nation versus nation flavour of realistic and simulator battles, is to instead add aircraft flown by high-scoring and famous aces of a particular nation. This is something I personally very much agree with. If Gaijin was to add new premiums, and let's face it, they were always going to, I much prefer this idea than to see every nation in the game having a collection of the same aircraft. It was looking very much like at some point in the future every nation was going to have a Focke-Wulf, a Spitfire and a P47. Anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed this quick look at the first run-up of the test server. I'll have another short video up tomorrow taking a look at the new ground forces. I would put them all in one video, but it's 3 AM here and I need to sleep. Click like if you do, subscribe if you want to see more. Fly smart, fly safe, and I'll catch you in the skies.